understand this, is you feel like you have to look a little bit interested.
So we literally landed this helicopter on a golf course and all the people were like, what the hell? I just ran into the clubhouse at a week.
Let's go today. With this
Haircut. Transplant. My God. Thinning. Hey guys, we're back. It's the Therapy Crouch with me, Abbey Clancy.
Me, Peter Crouch.
And we're actually in a good mood today.
Well, yeah, we had a nice little break away there, didn't we? Like away from the kids and stuff. It was a nice chance to sort of reconnect again. And I feel like we did actually.
Reconnect?
Well, not that
Reconnect?
we were disconnected, but...
No, do you mean me watching the back of you while you're watching Newcastle United play some shit 4th division team?
Southampton in the Premier League.
Or whatever. Whatever it was. And you're trying to like entice me going, Pete, Abby, quick, come on, babe, look. Oh, what a great goal this is. And I'm like trying to talk to you and you're just ignoring me.
No, the issue was it was on and we were just sitting there anyway. We'd had dinner. We came back, it was on. You know, you were pottering round, so I just had football on in the background. But
I was nervous because my brother was getting a puppy and he was ignoring all my calls and I was like having a heart attack going, oh, I want to see the puppy. So you just took that as an excuse to watch something.
Yeah, which is fine. That's, you know, it's a strong part of my life. I'm allowed to watch the match. But the problem arose when you were asking me about aggregate and what was an aggregate
I just think
score.
I know what an aggregate score is. It's a combined score. But
we had to Google that.
It's boring. No, we weren't Googling aggregate. I was talking about where the name had derived from.
Yeah.
Because I was on holiday and I was earwigging this guy. He was he was actually a plastic surgeon. I tried to get in with him actually.
But anyway, the aggregate, trying to explain an aggregate score, which is obviously over 2 legs. And she said, football's boring enough without the word aggregate in it. And then I threw the words like leg, obviously first leg and second leg. And she was like, oh, this is so boring.
So boring. So I was just feeding ducks on the balcony on my own. But no, we had a great weekend. We had a great couple of days. But we turned up and it was for Pete's 42nd birthday, and we turned up on the under 27s weekend. So if we didn't feel old, we fucking did then.
Yeah, like that was a bit of a blow. But I felt like we fitted it in.
We were like, why are all these children on here unaccompanied by adults?
Well, after I did the face gym, I felt like I fit in the dream.
Yeah.
The what?
I don't know, it's a thing called face gym. I don't know if you're across this, but you got like 40 muscles in your face, right? But when you have a massage, they don't go near your face. It's something I learned this week. And anyway, this face gym massages your entire face. You know, all those, and I afterwards I felt like revitalized.
She did one side of the face and massaged it and like stimulated all the muscles, and it literally gives you a lift like this. And she shows you the side that she's done compared to the side she hasn't. And the difference is remarkable. Like it's insane. Wasn't it fabulous? It's like you know, you're actually quite girly on a little trip away. You love your massages, you love your facials, you love the little bubble bath.
I'm not going to lie. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'll put it out there. I quite like a massage, and this face gym is quite. I quite enjoyed it.
Booked you in next week anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
face is going to be ripped.
Oh,
Rip? You gonna look like Rip?
Unbelievable! I'm gonna have pecs on my cheeks.
It was lovely, wasn't it? You know, just it was so funny. We went for dinner, early dinner. We get into bed early. Watched Meet the Fuckers.
But we did. Obviously it was quite a young environment, and obviously I'm having quite an old birthday, but I don't feel old. But we did, when we were having dinner, we did seriously discuss where you go on a night out to dance.
Listen to proper music?
No, I said, why when you go out, do you have to listen to like trendy new music? Like, where do you go to dance to like Simply Red or Spandau Ballet? Like
George Michael?
Now, George, yeah, like 80s or 90s kind of like.
Michael Bolton. You can't really dance to that, but it's still a tune.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, is there a place on this earth where you can go and just have a proper like go to old school tunes like that?
It's funny because when we were in the car the other day and Arctic Monkeys come on, and I was saying to Sophia, God, you were brought up to this. I used to play this to you when you were a baby, and she was like, "Ugh, this is so old." And I'm like, it's like my dad used to say to me, I used to nurse you to Sade. Sade was like 60 the other day, or I think 70, or maybe 80. She was...
There's 30 years there, so she's around that.
Yeah, but I was like, it's so funny because even now I think the Arctic Monkeys are like 25-year-old
Well, I
lads.
just assume they're still it's like uni kind of vibes. Like everyone in uni still listens to it. But I think they do. I think people in uni still listen to Arctic Monkeys.
Well, if they don't, they
They're
should.
a timeless band,
Yeah.
I would say.
Epic.
Oh, I don't think there's anyone come out recently that new who can rival like that them.
No.
I don't know, maybe we're just old, but
We're not old. We've got good taste in music.
I think so.
That playlist you played the other day.
Oh,
Some of them should go on our Bonk Beats playlist.
Bonk Beats.
Bonk
I was on fire, to be honest.
Beats. So we've had a nice weekend.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice. I mean, listen, we've got the weekly wine club. I probably have got a couple still, but not many.
I think this weekly wine club is such a good segment. But I've liked you since we've started doing this pod. You actually haven't been annoying me that much.
Really? Not that much?
No, so I haven't really got any substantial wine. So I think if the listeners get involved, because this is supposed to be a form of therapy, and, going through my messages on Instagram, such lovely messages saying, you've just made me laugh. You've made us laugh. And we thank you for that. And I'm like, God, we're only being silly on the couch. And it's actually brightened up someone's day. So I think getting the listeners involved, if they send in their dilemmas and we can give our advice and our opinions on what they should do.
Yeah, but I still think if I've got, something to get off my chest.
So you have got something.
I've just got something. It's not really a wine. It's more like admin.
Admin?
Yeah, it's just more like, just stuff.
Sorry. I've left you a pile of letters on the island for 2 weeks.
I love the way Ab says, I just loved you this week. And then launches into me.
No, but I'm just leaving them there and I'm not even going to mention
I'll
it.
go through the letters. No problem. I'm around tomorrow. I'll do that after golf.
Okay, so...
But no, it's just a bit of admin, just something to keep on top of. Obviously, the bathroom at the moment, like the buying of the towels and mats, I have absolutely no interest in that. So if you can just keep me out of the loop with that. I'm getting bombarded with mats. Do you like this mat? Do you like that mat? Do you like this towel? Do you like that towel? If I said yes to any of them, you'd tell me that was wrong anyway. So just keep me out of the loop on the bath mat.
But you say you don't care about mats and stuff, but even you said to me the other day that that bath mat looks a bit grey. So you're full of shit.
When did I say the bath mat?
You were like,
grey?
God, this colour of this bath mat, it's grey. You said that.
Definitely didn't.
You did. You actually did. So you don't even know that you're saying these things.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's plenty of men out there who will understand this, is you feel like you have to look a little bit interested. So you'll do the thing like, every now and then I'll just throw like a curveball in, like, well, that's a nice picture. Just to keep you like, you go, oh, he is interested. But like, I'm obviously just going.
I have noticed.
Have you noticed that? I'll just say like, lovely plant there in the corner. And you'll go, oh, and I can see it brightens your day. So I continue to do it.
You manipulative. It's disgusting. That.
No, you like it. And it's nice. It's just a little thing like, oh, if I just went, hair looks lovely today, babe.
I mean,
it makes you feel nice. It's a nice thing to do.
You've actually never said that to me.
I have said that.
You have never said my hair looks nice in our whole life.
I have said that.
You haven't?
I have loads of times.
My hair? You've never said that?
Yeah, particularly today. Looks stunning.
Just because you look like bloody Chris Tarrant.
Oh, I don't.
Comb over.
I need a haircut in a minute. I went to go today, but we're
haircut? Transplant? My God. Thinning?
Look a little bit like Anthony Gordon at the moment.
Who's Anthony Gordon? Oh, the young lad?
The Everett player, yeah. It's not.
He's cute, him. He could be our child. He looks like he could be our child.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, yeah.
So is that the end of the weekly wine club, or anything else you want to get off your chest, Ab?
Yeah.
I actually have got a bit of a wine.
Okay.
So obviously our John's got a new puppy and I want to have more pets in the house. And because I grew up with no pets, I was never allowed a pet. I had a kitten when I was a little girl and my mum gave it away to the policewoman. Bunnies, my dad gave that away. So I didn't grow up with pets. So now I've got my own house. I should be allowed to have my own pet.
Yeah, but we
And
do
Pete
have a
just
dog.
says no.
We have a dog. We have 2 cats. We've had animals. Like,
But Lib
over the
wants
years.
a little puppy that she can carry around.
But my issue with this is that I am the one that looks after Jeffrey now. I look after him. I walk him. You know, I'm picking up the crap, the shit in the garden.
But I think I'm scarred for life from having that. My experience of my childhood is that I never had pets. Can you imagine? Like you had pets growing up. So
I had a dog.
imagine our kids when they grow up, they'd be like, oh, my life was amazing. There was loads of pets in the house.
You know, I don't put my foot down often, but this is something that I feel quite strongly about. We've got 4 children, a dog, 2 cats. There's people around here all the time. Like, we don't need anything more to love.
That's that. Hey, should we crack on?
I feel bad now.
So this week we're going to be talking about planning our wedding.
Right.
I know last week we talked about the engagement and we'll delve a little deeper into our wedding planning. But we've had so many amazing stories from our listeners and unfortunately we can't play all of them. And I will get in touch with everyone and hopefully reply to everyone because they were just amazing and so funny and some really sad ones and some happy ones. So
Yeah. It's a lovely mix, isn't it? Of like, you know, some sad stories, some really happy stories, some incredibly funny ones as well. And they make our week. It's great going through them.
I feel like I've got loads of new friends.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah. Did they bring a lot of memories back for you as well?
They do. It's so nice. Like just that thing of people talking to each other and like comparing memories and stories. It's such a nice thing and it's so interesting. I've loved listening to everyone's. I've loved reading everyone's stories.
Right, so I've got a story here. This is addressed to you, so I don't know if you want to.
Okay.
If you want to read it.
Hi Abby, love the podcast. I literally cried with laughter at Pete not grabbing the bread from the bakery.
Can I just touching on that? I was in the bakery today.
Yeah.
And I got sandwiches for everyone today. And the woman said to me behind the counter, she said, "Do you want anything else?" And I said, "No." She said, "Some bread." And I went, "You've been listening." She was like, "So how can you believe that? We're getting stitched up in the bakery now."
So funny. So you should. Dope.
Hilarious. She was like, "Bread?"
I'm currently planning a wedding with my fiance. We've been together 10 years. So we took his time popping the question. He was adamant from the start that he wanted to get involved in all decision making.
Oh, terrible idea.
I was skeptical, but glad he wanted to get stuck in. Naturally, I have booked the wedding venue, entertainment, photographer, videographer, florist, hairdresser, and makeup artist. And he has, yes, you guessed it, contributed to sweet F all. I asked him if he could book the celebrant, and he was keen to do that, but we're weeks down the line and he hasn't mentioned it since. Got a better chance of asking you and Pete to get ordained and come to sunny Scotland to marry us. I hope I'm not the only one who said yes to an idiot, Sonia.
What was he thinking? Like, trying to get involved anyway. What's a celebrant as well?
The person who hosts the wedding.
I didn't know it was called a celebrant.
Yeah, because you fucking didn't do anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but I didn't even put my hand up for it. He's an idiot.
But the thing is, for girls, like, well, for me, especially like growing up as a little girl, I always thought about my wedding and how it'd look and how it'd be and how many bridesmaids and what flowers I'd have.
Yeah. So let me, like, from a man's perspective, you do know that no man has ever thought about those things.
Well, I think they do.
No, they don't. They literally don't. If they say that they have, they're lying. I know this sounds harsh, but you don't think about the wedding. I think about getting the right girl and having
the right
children.
Girl?
No,
What does that mean?
No, I'm thinking about having a family and stuff like that. But I was dreaming about scoring in the cup final. You know, I wasn't dreaming about walking down the aisle or standing at the aisle and turning around. I loved getting married because I'd found the girl that I loved. But like, boys don't dream of that when they're kids, and they don't. So what I'm trying to say is that a girl would plan, and you should let them plan it because they've dreamed of it. Whereas
I think that's just lazy and inconsiderate.
no,
To be honest, like I know that sounds funny, but it's actually not. If you think about it, it's like it's a joint thing. It's a celebration of your relationship, and you're gonna.
If there's something that I can get involved in, I'll get involved. But like sometimes as a man, maybe get off on the wrong foot as well, because the girl has this big dream of the wedding, and then always standing there is like Prince Charming, like impeccable kind of prince, when in reality most of the time,
Or piece of crouch.
Yeah.
no, in reality most of the time is it's you get off
Imagine
on the wrong
marrying a
foot.
man who's only ever dreamt of scoring goals. What the hell?
99% of men.
No. God. I was just
I
thinking,
don't only dream about scoring goals, but I'm saying
you
my-
dreamt the other night that I was murdering people. Football and murders.
What I'm saying is, this sounds like terrible. What I'm trying to say is that I think a girl's dream of a big wedding, and like
Big
that is, and boys majority obviously, or lots of people that I socialise with would dream of scoring in the cup final rather than the wedding. That stuff comes later, but girls dream about it all their life. A lot of them. And also, what I'm saying about the Prince Charming thing is like sometimes you get off on the wrong foot. Like you might stand there and go like, yeah, he's not a prince, but he's all right. You know what I mean? So you're getting off on the wrong foot when you're marrying like Barry from Wigan. It's not Prince Charming, but it's a nice.
But it might
you
be.
love him.
It might be Sonia's Prince Charming.
Yeah, but it's not the dream.
So you're saying no one marries their dream partner?
Well, no, I don't think because it's not the dream. No one's perfection, are they?
Yeah, I am, and you are.
Oh well, you said to me. You said to me
what more could you want?
on the way in here today. You said to me, actually, if you think about like the partner for life, I would have had you been able to like make things and like.
Yeah, there's a checklist that a young fool in love doesn't consider when entering into this.
Yeah, what are they?
It would be handy to have a man who could like make things or build stuff. Like I remember when we had Sophia, I had to get the bloody gardener covered in soil to make the crib because he bloody lurch couldn't do it. Lurch didn't have a clue. It was like holding the instructions like that.
But at least Lurch had a go.
You didn't. Yeah, but so I think girls or men should take into consideration like people who can like contribute into the house, like build something. If a light bulb goes out, change it. Like change a plug instead of you like phone
Dick.
a builder to
Like
Dick.
Dick from
Love Dick.
What's it?
Soundbite.
Richard. I love Richard. But yeah, Dick is the perfect example.
Oh my god!
Dick is the perfect example of an amazing man.
As if she's got love.
But he is.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Escape to the chateau, right?
so
he builds with his bare hands like friggin' like houses.
If I took you to a chateau and you saw it all run down, you look at it and go, oh my God, let's knock this down. Start again. Where Dick could go, oh my God, I can see this now. We're going to re-render, we'll put all new windows in. We're going to restore this. We're going to bring this back to its original colour. We're going to polish up all the floors. I'm going to build you a kitchen. I'm going to build my own barbecue and make you I'm going to raise my own cow and make my own meat and make my own bread. Like you can do anything, Dick.
But I think on the flip side of that is you'd never see me. If I was just out building stuff all day, you'd just be like, never see him. And be like, all the kids
That'd be like bringing
all the
you
kids
like
are going
food
like
and stuff.
absolute carnage. He's probably got 4 kids as well.
He's got
just
2.
fucked off down the bottom of the garden.
No, he hasn't. Dick's like the best dad as well. He makes toys.
On the show.
He makes toys.
Yeah, but you can't build that amount of things and be around the house as well. You know what I mean?
Girls should take that, or people should take that into consideration. Don't get fooled by just love and lust.
Yeah.
You need to be able to cook, clean, and build as well.
Well, just off the back of that story, she's saying that do you want to come up and marry us? I actually have married our friends, haven't I?
Yeah.
Jack and Caris. I did marry them.
I don't know why they picked you and not me.
Just don't know. Just look a bit more religious.
Look like Jesus.
Father Pete.
I don't know. It actually went really well, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
I tried to be
beautiful,
like, I think people thought I was going to sort of take the mick a bit. I tried to do it as nicely as possible. And,
I thought it was nice that you did it. You were very professional and sensitive because obviously that's the biggest day of your life, isn't it? Getting married.
Yeah. And also you realise the day's not about me. It's about celebrating their life, isn't it? And like sort of telling everyone how good they are as a couple and how good they are as people and how good their family is. And I think marrying them properly was the right thing to do. And I know it was a mad one.
You were actually crying.
Well,
you had tears in your eyes.
It was quite emotional.
That was a gorgeous day. Absolutely beautiful wedding.
Yeah,
I love weddings. I've never been a bridesmaid though.
No?
No.
Don't want to shout the bride, babe, do they?
Sure.
It's a thing.
None of my mates have been married, that's why. It's only me, dumb enough.
I'm moving on. Story
next
2. Hi. So the night before my wedding, my soon-to-be husband went to stay at his mum's. I'd sent him over with a notebook with reminders about who he needs to acknowledge and thank at the end of his speech. I'd written thanks to your mum, even though she did absolutely fuck all other than stress me out amongst all the other thank yous. He left the book on the dining table and went for a pint with his dad and his mates. She flicked through the book and read it. So she'd actually wrote,
Oh, God.
She done fuck all other than stress me out. She was fuming and I was mortified. I was so scared to face her on the day. She was a bit off with me and maybe scowled for a few pictures, but fast forward 15 years and she loves me now. From Sally.
Oh, that's nice. That's so funny.
That's hilarious. Love one there.
My husband and I have been married for 20 years this year. And when planning our wedding, we invited all those that had RSVP'd, as you do, and set up the wedding with attention to every detail. On the day, we were halfway through the church ceremony when the big creaky church door opened, interrupting the ceremony briefly. A guest arrived who hadn't RSVP'd with a one-night stand he'd met the night before. Also on the day, my complicated family had been meticulously placed on tables to make everyone as comfortable as possible. Unbeknown to me, my sister-in-law at the time had gone into the hotel prior to our arrival and rearranged a number of people's seating to suit herself, including the top table. Shocking. That's a Mandy. That's a thing though, isn't it? The politics of where you're going to sit people in a wedding. It's like they don't get on. They can't sit with their mum and dad are divorced. She can't sit next to his new wife. He can't sit next to her boyfriend.
There's so much to consider.
It does feel like with a wedding that you are pleasing other people more than yourself, I think.
Yeah, you are. I haven't said that. I mean, our wedding was absolutely epic and people still talk about it now, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Literally. It's been, 12 years and people still say, oh, yours was the best wedding we've been to. And it was.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
But I feel like we were almost different people back then to what we are now.
Well, we came into the bloody church to Nicki Minaj. What the hell?
That old romantic Nicki Minaj.
What the actual hell was that? What was the point where we went, oh, it's a great song? No, we walked into our dinner. We walked into
our dinner. It wasn't down the aisle to Nicki Minaj. But it was like I haven't listened to Nicki Minaj before the wedding or after.
It's that song, I wish that I could have this moment for life.
It's quite nice.
Only line, I know.
Yeah. Well, we came in just to the ceremony to that tune. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Bizarrely.
It's such a funny world, that whole football thing, and you're young and you're getting married and there's so many people who like kind of jump in and say, you need to do this, you need to do that. So we ended up with this wedding planner. And looking back, we did the most ridiculous things.
Most absolutely like mad things. Like we were going to get married abroad, and obviously that didn't work out for various reasons. But then I remember we got married in this amazing place in Leicestershire, but it just had everything. That's why we got married.
So what we wanted to do, I wanted a venue where everyone could stay, so no one would like leave the party early. So it was quite particular, the requirements. I wanted a hotel with. It was only like 100 people in the wedding, wasn't there? So originally we were getting married in Italy and we found this incredible hotel and it could house everyone. Then next door they had this lighthouse and we were going to do this big white party on the Friday when everyone arrived, or the Sunday. Up the road, a 2-minute walk, was this incredible chapel. And then from the hotel there was a private island where like these monks lived, and they made all their own wine, and we were getting boats over to there. We planned the whole thing. We did the food tasting. It was incredible. Then they cancelled all the flights there, didn't they? So it meant you could go in, you could arrive at like 10 p.m. on a Friday and have to leave at 6 a.m. on the Sunday. And there was no flights the whole week. And then the only other alternative was like flying somewhere else and then like a 6-hour coach journey. And like my nan was like 95 at the time. We had a lot of older relatives and stuff. And then we just thought logistically it was a headache. I was pregnant throughout this whole time as well.
But I remember doing things like when we decided finally on this like Stapleford Park in Leicestershire, we were like, I had training one day and then we were just like, we got a helicopter to go food tasting, right? So we all of a sudden I left training, right? And then I picked up Adler, I said, yeah, we'll just get the chopper down. So we jumped on this helicopter, flew down. People must have gone, oh, there's P. Diddy and J-Lo arriving for the food tasting. Me and Ab jumped out. Look, what on earth are these two up to? And then we food tasted, then we just like jetted off like loons. What was all that about?
Do you remember I had to land the helicopter somewhere just because I was desperate for a wee?
Yeah.
So we literally landed this helicopter on a golf course and all the people were like, what the hell? I just ran into the clubhouse, had a wee, got back on the helicopter and then we were off again.
One of them, I don't know what I was doing. I think it was just like a whole wedding experience, that I was trying to do. And thinking back, it was just mad.
But I think you get these wedding planners and they really they just take you to another world and convince you that you have to do this kind of thing.
Well, I didn't even know, I thought flowers, we could just pick up some flowers on the way there or something. I didn't realise we sat down with 3 different planners. And by the last planner, I'd found out I was, having lunch with Elton John's florist. And I thought, I'm in over my head here.
Yeah, but Rob...
I'm in over my head here.
To be honest, Pete, to this day, people say the flowers made that wedding. And Rob, to this day, is a really, really good friend of ours.
The difference is amazing, to be fair.
What he did was... Because I was pregnant, like Sophia was only 3 months old when I got married. So it was quite hard. I was so ill. I'm trying to plan this wedding. I kind of left people to it. And what he created was just...
It's one of
it
those
was a
things.
Ridiculous expense.
No, but you know what? It's like I was going flowers aren't something that are on my radar really. But when you see him do what he did,
oh my God,
you go there is an actual craft and art.
Oh, he's a complete artist. What he does with flowers, he's just incredible. And every year, Pete gets me the same flowers for our anniversary that we had in our wedding, don't you, babes?
I do. Just so romantic, really.
It's only because Rob reminds you to.
No.
Definitely.
It's not at all, no.
Yeah.
I am romantic.
Yeah, subscription. No, but it is a funny thing. So I think we kind of got sucked into this. You've got to have this whole big footballer zhuzhy wedding. But I loved it. My wedding dress, that was incredible because I couldn't do any fittings because I was pregnant the whole time. So my friend Giles Deacon, he made my wedding dress. And I remember going in with one picture to him and it was Liz Hurley's wedding dress. And I was like, I want something like this because I just thought she looked incredible. And he made the dress. I had one fitting. And then the day before the wedding, this lorry pulled up and the dress was on a mannequin and the train was the full length of the lorry. It was an incredible time. And you going with all the boys to get your suits?
Yeah, which was amazing. Obviously the dress thing for girls.
Were you there, John?
Is a whole day. So the dressing for girls is like a whole day. So they think
whole day. It's months.
That's what I'm saying. It's months. So they think. This for any fellas getting married, take 5 suit fits and this is what we did. We had 5 and they were just stag do's basically. And then we because you go into the suit place and you get measured up and they go, yes, sweet. It takes 10 minutes and you go what colour? You pick out fabric, done.
You didn't pick out the fabric. I picked the fabric.
Yeah, but. You basically say I said to Ab, I've got to do another suit fit. And she goes, yeah, get all the boys down. And I go, yeah. And we all go to London. And there were a couple of times we would get to the pub opposite the suit fitting place. So we weren't near it. And a couple of times the lads didn't even go in the shop. They just stayed loads of pints, had a catch up. It was amazing. I remember one of the lads, Jason, he said, I said, Jace, you just nip over, mate. It's just over the road. He was like, oh, come on, mate. It's we did it last week. And I said, go on, then go over. And he said, I haven't got any pants on. He kidnapped.
Do you remember
He's
that,
come
John?
down from Liverpool. He came down from Liverpool to a suit fitting with
No
no,
undies on?
no boxes on.
But Jason doesn't wear undies. He never wears undies.
Yeah, but he's coming to a suit fitting.
So funny.
So what's he going to do? Oh, phenomenal. But yeah, just a bit of advice to anyone getting married, like use your suit
Milk
fittings.
it.
Milk the life out of the suit fittings because it works.
Hen do. Like I didn't even have a hen do because I was pregnant. So we did Pete arranged it was like a baby shower / hen do, which was quite annoying because all my friends came and all got absolutely pissed. And I obviously couldn't have one drink because I was pregnant, but instead got food poisoning. So we had this amazing, we went to Pennyhill Park, so we had all spa treatments and they had a big room where we party and we had like a butler in the buff who stunk of BO. So that just set me off for the whole day. Like the morning sickness was just full force because of the smell of this lad.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
it was awful. And then I got food poisoning. So I was up all night throwing up. And all the girls just after about an hour were incoherent.
Yeah, it's difficult. I never really understood those sort of baby showers where everyone else is having a great time, but you're pregnant, don't want to be out, feel sick, and can't drink.
Yeah.
It's like I've never understood it. You just have to wait till this baby's, have a party when you have the baby, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Unless you're, on normal, don't have to drink.
Yeah.
And how did your stag do plan out, P?
Well, in all honesty, like we had all the suit fittings was enough. You know what I mean? Like we did.
No, I think because I wasn't having a hen do, you didn't really have an official stag do because we both said later on we'll do it after the wedding, we'll do it after the baby's born.
Right.
And then we just never did because then every time we went out it'd be all our groups of friends mixed. And I think obviously, as you say, the suit fittings,
Yeah, it was difficult. Like I was still playing football and stuff. And Ab was pregnant.
Yeah.
At the time as well, so we never really got around to like a proper stag do, but we did, loads of
There's
suit
loads of
fittings.
instead. So having to plan essentially 2 weddings, were you able to stay zen throughout that, or did you become like a bit of a bridezilla halfway through?
I wasn't a bridezilla
You weren't at all, no.
because
You weren't, surprisingly.
I was so worried. Yeah. I was worried about the cost of things. Like, remember? I was like petrified and you were like, just get whatever you want. Like it was quite because weddings cost so much and it's ridiculous. And I feel like obviously when me and Peter are involved, another 2 zeros gets added on. Always. And I just wanted it to be perfect.
But you're always like that. You always want to make everyone else happy. Like sometimes forget that this for you today.
You had to kind of think of it all yourself. Do you know what I mean? There was no inspiration like there is for Instagram now. Everyone's wedding now, when you look at it, it's unbelievable. Everyone's wedding now looks like a...
Yeah, but there's also, now, with Instagram, there's that huge pressure that has to look amazing as well.
Yeah.
And also the menu, everyone's like wheat intolerant or vegan, vegetarian now. It seems to be, it's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they would have hated our surf and turf. Prawn cocktail and surf and
You have
turf.
to deal for all, don't you?
Eat that and have an antihistamine, you'll be fine.
Eat that and have an antihistamine for dessert.
I think imagine like back in them days, if someone said they were vegetarian, you'd be horrified, wouldn't you?
It'd just be one vegetarian, but now you
one vegetarian and like 200 people. But now everyone's like our mate Mike, he's like nearly 60 and he's now wheat intolerant. I'm like, Mike, you've been eating fucking bread and wheat for 55 years. You're not going to die if you have a piece of bread. He's like, go to the restaurant and he's like that. Is that wheat free? Isn't he? And I'm like, are you joking? Gives me bellyache. Do you know what I mean? It's like mad. Like there was no vegan option on our or vegetarian.
Of course you got to cater for all, but I don't know, everywhere I go now,
didn't exist.
everywhere I go, it's like we got offered when that's at posh hotel. We're getting would you like a vegan hot chocolate? I'm like, no,
no, definitely not.
No thanks.
It's only
we'll just get a rash and move on.
Yeah. I think it was only Armandi who was vegetarian. Do you remember growing up, Armandi was vegetarian? It was like completely unheard of, like someone vegetarian. And now,
But
my God.
I suppose, I don't know. Is it a good thing? I mean,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I suppose
You know,
if you are intolerant to these things, you now know, whereas
yeah,
before you
because we're
didn't.
more educated now. There's more awareness to it. Everyone knows about it. Like even the kids come out and go,
Yeah, they all say it, don't they?
what was Liv saying the other day? She's allergic to protein.
Yeah.
Her friend's allergic to protein.
She says to me, like, Dad, have I got any allergies? And
Dairy-free ice cream.
yeah, like everything's about, in restaurants as well. Like, do they have to cover themselves with that?
No, I get it because obviously it can be really dangerous if someone has a severe peanut allergy or whatever. You know, it's a big thing. But
Well, one of our agony abs was when he didn't want the dog in his house. Well, our advice was to rub peanuts all over his eyes, so he can
Sure.
pretend he's allergic to the dog, so he doesn't have to live with it.
so bad. So bad.
Please don't take any of this advice. By the way, it's all bullshit. Don't take a rash and move on. Just go and get yourself sorted.
When we were planning the food, how many rounds did we go through? I remember being in Italy and we were having like truffle pasta to start and it was all these gorgeous things and it was like straight back to England. Prawn cocktail for you. Steak and chips. Do you know what I mean? And then we had all those beautiful desserts, didn't we? One was like a boiled egg. You like crack, it was like egg and soldiers, but it was a dessert.
Oh yeah.
That was lovely. Yeah. And even like the invitations we had.
They were lovely, those invitations. Yeah, it was lovely.
I sent everyone a candle and it was all on this beautiful paper and my inspiration was like Joe Malone. It's like everything in black and white and elegant and timeless and beautiful.
They were very elegant.
I'd still have them now.
I think they're in my mum's new bathroom.
Oh, but you can go to town. You can because we've done both. You know, we planned this huge wedding when we first got married, and then when we renewed our vows, we did the whole strip back. You know, more off the cuff, relaxed, and that was equally as good, wasn't it? Absolutely beautiful and so special.
Actually, planning a wedding was quite fun, really. Like,
so what was on your list of must-haves in the wedding?
I think the music's important. Afterwards, I think the music, getting the right people there, getting a venue that caters for everyone, and for us to have the maximum fun was the way I was looking at it. Was you don't want a place that 11 o'clock everything shuts down or 12.
No.
You want to be able to party. Do you remember we told the DJ? So what I said to the DJ was, we need you.
He was like, "What time do you need me till?"
Basically, till me and Ab leave. And it was funny. We were still going for it at like 5 a.m. And then we did leave. And literally at the moment we came out, the
one
marquee,
foot out the marquee, and it just went.
And there was loads of people still having fun.
And we just said, "Ooh,
oh, no, boo.
One more song. One more song."
And Come and Eileen was just going as well.
God. It's a fun time. We've got the wedding video somewhere.
I just don't know why. Why have we never seen any? Did you not like the photos that we got?
I've never seen them, Pete.
But why? Like, that's mad.
I don't know. We've got one wedding picture. So on our wedding day, like we didn't do like any magazine deal or anything like that, but there was so much press, like helicopters flying around, millions of people at the gate trying to get like a picture. It was absolutely ridiculous. And we said, we'll walk to the gate and do one picture. And if you could please just donate the money to Alder Hay.
Yeah.
And they did do it, to be fair.
Yeah, they were respectful, really.
They were respectful. And that's the only picture we've got of our wedding. Like some girl, I remember hiring this girl. She gave me like a CD of the wedding and I've never seen it since.
Yeah, strange one.
The only pictures we have got is we had a photo booth, which I think is a must for a wedding.
It's an absolute belt to that. The photo booth on the dance floor as well. So like things are escalating on the dance floor.
But it started off like so lovely, like just nice people just like get a nice picture in the couple or nice family pictures and write these loving messages like, oh, Pete and Abbey are the perfect couple over the best day. And then by the end of it, there was like utter carnage towards the end of the book, just like pictures of willies and swear words and horrendous messages, like people snogging each other pictures. Like,
yeah, it was the way the book progresses was Very interesting.
Very interesting. But it was great. It was a great day. I loved planning it. I didn't find it stressful.
Was there anything you do differently?
Yeah. Loads I'd do differently. I would consider me more than other people next time.
Nice.
That sounds selfish,
Yeah,
but
I think that's the way it has to be. You know, it's like
I think I was so worried. That's another thing. Like, I think a bride especially never enjoys the day as much as if it wasn't her party or her wedding, because they're so worried about everything being perfect and everyone being happy. So my advice to any bride would be just enjoy the day and take it in, because it goes like that. I remember just we walked out the marquee and my friend Holly had like decorated all the room with all lovely thing and petals on the bed. We just went swiped out just like that. Straight.
it was good though, because like we planned it over the course of a weekend, you know, and it was good.
It was great getting up the next day and having breakfast together, and the night before. So everyone was arriving in dribs and drabs, and it was great to see people. And I had on the ground, I had like this separate like house cottage thing for the girls. So like all the girls and like all the ladies in the party, we all had like a barbecue together, and we were kind of trying to be a bit more traditional, like, because we didn't sleep together, did we? The night of the wedding, I slept with my mum, my nan, and the baby. My nan was nuts on the wedding. We had this hair and makeup artist, a few girls like doing all the hair and makeup, and she spent like 2 hours doing my nan's hair. My nan's hair was like the queen. And then she went in the toilet with like a wet comb and just brushed it back. She was like Teen Wolf. The whole wedding, my mum was like, "Mum, what have you done to your hair?" And then my auntie Tree, she was like, "You've ruined the whole wedding. You're going to ruin all the photos." My nan was like that in a little leopard skin suit with this wet, spiky hair. It was
Sleep
so
back.
funny.
Well, babe, should we get into the Agony Ab?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi, Abbey. First of all, loving the pod. Without you two legends, I'd have no one to turn to about my predicament due to my complete embarrassment. I was recently out having a few beers with the lads when my...
She was talking about her husband there.
Yeah.
Just want to get this off. I've got a complete embarrassment.
This is from a boy.
Oh, is it? Okay, great.
I was recently out having a few beers with the lads when my card declined. I called the bank to check what was going on because I had a few thousand tucked away for a rainy day. It turned out my girlfriend has planned the wedding all on her own and paid for it using my card.
Oh my God.
I must add, we're not even engaged.
Well, she's paid for a wedding. He hasn't even asked her yet.
On further investigation, it seems we are going for a country farmhouse wedding for 100, a buffet for catering. She went and sampled the food with her mum, and she's a crank as well. For the flowers, light blue hydrangeas. Me and the lads are wearing navy suits, which are all paid for. We just need to go in and get measured for them. I really want to be mad, but I do intend to marry her one day. It just wasn't the 20th of July, 2024. I've hinted about getting engaged for the past couple of years, but I've not put the wheels in motion. The wedding is booked for 2024, so I've still got some time to either get down on one knee or call the police. What the hell should I do? Anonymous? Zanon.
Oh my God. That is insane. But that is mad. Alarm bells do start ringing, I'd say. If he hasn't even asked her to marry him, she's planned it and paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, not even consulted him.
He's probably, they've obviously must have discussed it at a bit.
Well, I think he must be letting on, like not letting on enough that he's definitely mentioned it. Because you don't just go and plan and book and pay for a wedding without being asked.
With his money as well.
Yeah, she hasn't even paid for it.
What?
He could jib her and marry someone else
Oh,
with that wedding she's planned.
Yeah.
I don't think the wedding would go very well.
This noise springs to mind. What would you do if I did that?
What, if I hadn't even asked you yet?
Mm.
But I think you just got, how has he not realised that she's doing all this?
Because you'll go mad at me for doing. If you like it, then you should. Beyonce wrote that song out. No one even said anything to her. But if I did it once to you, you still haven't got over it.
He did
16
it.
years
He did
later.
it so many times. He did it every time we went out.
Every time we went out.
He did that.
Like me and all the girls doing the whole routine. I think I've actually done that.
I should have known as well.
Oh,
It's my own
what are
fault.
you talking about?
What?
I should have known as well.
You're a crank as well. I think you used the word crank. Reminds
Yeah,
me
but I'm
of
a
you.
crank in a nice way.
You are.
A nice crank. Any crank. Yeah.
To be fair, she's going all out here. She's a country farmhouse for 100, buffet for the catering, flowers, light blue hydrangeas. She's got all the wedding suits sorted. She hasn't paid for a thing.
A-star for effort for this girl, I reckon. She's on the ball.
She took a lot off her plate.
Joe is also
All he has to do is turn up.
Yeah, what if she's planned it for something like used his bank card and married someone else?
Well, she probably will if he doesn't hurry up.
Yeah.
Then someone else has asked her and
I
she's
think
just
you
used
should-
his bank card.
I think he should marry her.
Be very careful, Anon.
No, not. Okay, next Agony Ab.
Hi, Agony Ab. I've got a monster-in-law and I'm not even married. I'm planning my dream wedding and it's going horribly. My hubby-to-be thought it would be a great idea to get his mum involved so we could have a bit of bonding time. She's helping invite the guests, one of which used to be his ex-girlfriend. But apparently the family are old friends. This is mental, but I've let it
Hate
slide.
her already.
She's now telling me all my ideas for the locations are not right. My dream wedding and hers are completely opposite. She's got her nephew singing us down the aisle. He's only been playing guitar about a week and he sounds like a strangled cat. My boyfriend of 6 years is so happy that we're spending so much time together and I can see it's making him happy by bringing our families closer. Will I regret not having the wedding I envisioned? Or should I just try and keep everyone happy but myself?
Yeah, I think, obviously, as I said before, my piece of advice to someone planning their wedding would be to think of them before everyone else. Because ultimately it's your day. And I know it does sound selfish, but it's your day. And most people in the like the mother-in-laws and the nans and the aunties, they've had their day. So you have to do it for you.
Didn't read it, or should I?
You read it.
Hey guys, I'm waiting to be proposed to. I've been dropping a few hints for ages. My sister's even booked him an appointment at Wong's Jewellers in Liverpool to go. Wong's Jewellers? Okay. And discuss what to get on my behalf, but still nothing. I will have a look. I have now took it upon myself to start planning a wedding for 2 years' time and have emailed the Palm House for availability and what they offer in the hope he will propose to me next year. I don't understand any of that.
So basically,
What's the Palm House and what's Wong's Jewellers?
so she's obviously booked in a ring picking session with her sister, and the Palm House is like a beautiful glass building in Sefton Park in Liverpool, and like a popular wedding destination,
Okay.
which is nice. But it does get booked up, so I get that.
So she's just booked it and not been proposed to yet.
Yeah.
It's a common theme here. Your fans are cranks.
No, but I didn't do any of that stuff. At the end, I didn't even want to get married. It was you begging me.
You were all over me.
Pete,
like a rash.
when I was pregnant, I actually tried to cancel the whole thing. I was like, Pete, I'm not even bothered. I just want to have the baby. Do you remember that? And you were like, no, we have to get married.
I don't remember that.
You're such a liar. God.
So
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that, no.
Selective memory.
I
I think she's using initiative. They know they're going to get married. The Palm House gets booked up. I can vouch for that.
She's just, well, you can always cancel it, can't she?
Exactly.
Yeah, book it out. Get it booked. Right. Hi, Abbey and Pete. Not a wedding for myself, but my 30-year-old sister is getting married this year and she has planned everything a year and a half in advance. She's having 3 hen dos and my sisters can't afford to go on any of them and have fell out with one of the other bridesmaids for making them too expensive to go on. Now they can go for one night instead of the 3. I'm supposed to be going on a stag do, but I don't want to go as I don't know anyone. And it's in Cardiff, 4 hours away, and I think it's a waste of money. But my sister has paid for me without me knowing and had said to me, pay me back when you can. She wants us to start booking places for the wedding 8 months in advance and start booking taxis to get back and after that and plan the wedding out this early ahead. She has asked me to be the ring bearer and made a massive deal about it, but I couldn't give a shit as every man and his dog has got a job at this wedding and I'm not looking forward to it one bit as everything is being forced and pushed on everyone. Any advice, Harry?
Oh, Bridezilla.
Yeah, I mean,
Bridezilla.
she's paying for people to go on it. It's 4 hours away, can't be asked. Everything's costing too much.
Taxis for the return.
Taxis for the return. 8 months in advance. Wow.
Yeah, but people get so irate about the weddings and so stressed, and it's military.
Is that silly?
Military.
Militant.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and I think that's to do with them wedding planners. They go, you have to do this at this time. You've got to do that at that time. You've got to do drinks. You've got to do dinner. You've got to walk at this time. You've got to greet people. You've got to do that.
Yeah.
It is a thing, and it's infectious, and it winds people up and makes them scared.
It does feel like a huge like the planning, like years in advance and stuff like that for one night. You think how many nights of pain you got to go through to have that one night. You know how much stress is caused on everyone.
Yeah, I think there's like a common theme here. I'm sensing, weddings are supposed to be fun to plan. It's the biggest day of your life as a couple. Obviously, it's one of the most special days. We need to try and turn this round into less stress, less drama.
It needs to be fun. And it's not worth pissing everyone off for one day. Everyone wants their wedding to be fantastic. But the planning should be fun as well. The whole process should be fun. That's why you're doing it, for fun and to signify your love for each other. And you're willing to spend the rest of your life with each other. It's not about, anything else than that, other than that.
Well, I think we felt that with our vow renewal, didn't we?
Yeah, we're just a bit more chilled out.
Chilled out, maybe. And having the kids there. Obviously, we had Sophia there at our wedding. She was 3 months old, but having the kids there and seeing their faces of us walking down the aisle in our lovely dress and nice suit, and it was so relaxed and calm, and it was just more of a celebration than anything, and it's almost more special in a way, isn't it?
Just in summary, really, chill the fuck out. Let's move on.
Take a chill pill.
Well, yeah, in rounding up, I think, we've heard from lots of people just saying that, they're having a nightmare planning their wedding and it's becoming stressful. In summary, I think chill. Enjoy the process. It's a special thing. Your day will be amazing no matter what happens, as long as you've got the right people around you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you have it.
Exactly. That's so true.
And it's nice sort of going back and just thinking about, our planning of our wedding, and we were on a different planet and some of it.
I feel like I was a completely different person then. What the hell were we thinking?
Who were we?
Who were we?
Bizarre. But anyway, we're more mature now. We've probably realised our mistakes and things we do slightly differently, and hence the reason why we probably did that 10-year wedding renewal thing, because it was nice to do something a little bit different to our original wedding. But yeah, please keep getting in touch because it makes the podcast. What is it called? It's the therapycrouch.com. Obviously all our socials, loads of people loving the TikTok and the Instagram and the Twitter as well. I've noticed there's a lot of incredible messages on there. Keep them coming in because we're enjoying them. See you next week, guys.
And send us some wines. We want to hear your wine of the week. We can try and help you out with them. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time. So guys, if you enjoyed that, we've got so much more content on our YouTube channel. Click here to subscribe and click here for more videos.